Every morning is a battle. Before your feet even touch the floor, two voices begin to fight inside your mind. One voice whispers, "Stay comfortable. Sleep a little longer. Tomorrow is a better day to start." The other voice says, "Get up. Your future is waiting. Your dreams are waiting. Your family is waiting. The person you were born to become is waiting. The voice you choose today will shape the rest of your life." Most people think success begins when they get lucky, when they find the perfect opportunity, or when someone finally believes in them. But that is not where success begins. Success begins in the first few moments after you wake up. Success begins when you choose discipline over comfort, purpose over excuses, and action over procrastination. This morning is not just another morning. This is another chance to rewrite your story. Yesterday is over. Last week's failures are over. Last month's mistakes are over. Today is a blank page, and only you get to decide what will be written on it. Stop waiting for motivation. Motivation is temporary. It comes and goes like the weather. Discipline stays when motivation disappears. Winners do not wake up every day feeling inspired. They wake up committed. They wake up knowing that greatness is built one ordinary morning at a time. Imagine if every morning you gave just 1% more effort than yesterday. One extra chapter, one extra workout, one extra hour of focused work, one extra act of courage. Those small victories would become habits. Those habits would become your identity, and your identity would determine your destiny. The world does not reward intentions. It rewards execution. There are millions of people who dream about success. Very few wake up early enough to earn it. Your competition is sleeping. While someone else is hitting the snooze button for the third time, you can already be building your future. While someone else is scrolling endlessly through social media, you can be learning a new skill. While someone else is making excuses, you can be making progress. Every sunrise offers the same opportunity to everyone. The difference is not the sunrise. The difference is the decision. Do not underestimate the power of one powerful morning. One morning workout can improve your health. One morning of studying can change your career. One morning of writing can become the beginning of a best-selling book. One morning of courage can completely change your life. Greatness is never built in one giant leap. It is built in thousands of small victories that nobody sees. People celebrate champions on stage, but they never see the mornings when those champions trained in silence. They never see the alarms ringing before sunrise. They never see the sacrifices. They never see the lonely hours when nobody was watching. That is where champions are created. Not under bright lights, not in front of cheering crowds, but in quiet mornings filled with discipline. Your future self is watching every decision you make today. The future version of you is begging you not to quit. The successful version of you is begging you to keep going. The healthy version of you is begging you to exercise. The confident version of you is begging you to believe. The wealthy version of you is begging you to learn. The peaceful version of you is begging you to let go of fear. Everything you want already exists in a future version of yourself. Your job is simply to become that person. Stop saying you don't have enough time. Everyone gets 24 hours. Successful people do not have more hours. They simply protect their mornings. The first hour of your day is the steering wheel of your life. If you lose control in the morning, the rest of the day controls you. But if you own your morning, you own your day. And when you own enough days, you own your life. There will always be reasons to quit. You are too tired, too old, too young, too busy, too broke, too scared, too late. Those excuses sound convincing because they come from your own mind. But your dreams are louder than your excuses if you choose to listen. Do not let temporary discomfort steal permanent success. Every difficult morning is making you stronger. Every challenge is increasing your resilience. Every obstacle is teaching you something that comfort never could. Pressure creates diamonds. Fire strengthens steel. Hardship creates character. One day, people will ask how you became so successful. They will see your confidence. They will see your achievements. They will see your lifestyle. But they will never fully understand the price you paid. They will not remember the mornings when you kept working. After everyone else gave up, they will not remember the sacrifices. They will not remember the lonely days. They will only see the result. That is okay. Success has never required applause. It only requires consistency. Today, promise yourself something. Promise that you will stop negotiating with your goals. Stop asking yourself if you feel like doing the work. Feelings change. Commitment remains. You do not brush your teeth because you feel motivated. You do it because it is part of who you are. Treat success the same way. Make excellence your identity. Make discipline your lifestyle. Make growth your habit. Every single morning, remind yourself, I do not need perfect conditions. I do not need permission. I do not need luck. I only need another opportunity to give my best. And today, you have that opportunity. This morning is not ordinary. This morning is powerful. This morning is your chance to begin again. So stand up. Take a deep breath. Believe in yourself even if nobody else does. Work harder than yesterday. Focus longer than yesterday. Learn more than yesterday. Become stronger than yesterday. Because one day, you will wake up in the life you once prayed for. And when that day comes, you will realize that everything changed because you decided to win one morning at a time. The alarm clock is not your enemy. Comfort is. Fear is. Procrastination is. Doubt is. Beat them before breakfast, and the rest of the day belongs to you. Remember this every single morning. You were not born to watch other people live their dreams. You were born to build your own. So get up, take action, stay disciplined, keep moving, and never forget. The morning you refuse to quit is the morning your future begins. Yesterday is gone, tomorrow has not arrived. All you truly own is this moment, this breath, this decision. Most people spend their lives waiting for confidence, waiting for the perfect opportunity, waiting until they have more money, more knowledge, more support, or more time. They convince themselves that one day everything will line up perfectly, and then they will finally begin. But that day never comes. Life does not reward people who wait. It rewards people who move. The greatest opportunities rarely knock on the door of someone who is standing still. They appear while you are already in motion. They reveal themselves after you take the first step, not before. So stop waiting for certainty. Start moving with courage. You don't have to know every answer before you begin. You don't need a perfect plan. You don't need everyone's approval. You only need enough courage to take the next step. Remember this, every master was once a beginner. Every successful entrepreneur started with an empty bank account or limited resources. Every athlete once struggled to complete their first workout. Every author once stared at a blank page. Every speaker once feared standing in front of an audience. Nobody starts at the top. The difference is that winners begin before they feel ready. They understand that confidence is not something you find. Confidence is something you build. Every promise you keep to yourself becomes another brick in the foundation of self-confidence. Wake up when you said you would. Exercise when you planned to. Study even when you're tired. Finish what you started. Every time you honor your word, you teach yourself something powerful. I can trust myself. That trust is priceless. When you trust yourself, fear begins to lose its power. When you trust yourself, doubt becomes smaller. When you trust yourself, challenges become opportunities instead of obstacles. Never underestimate what happens when your mind and your actions begin working together. Too many people make promises to themselves they never intend to keep. I'll start Monday. I'll begin next month. I'll do it after vacation. I'll wait until life gets easier. Life rarely gets easier. You simply become stronger. Strength is not built by avoiding difficulty. Strength is built by facing it. Every challenge you overcome prepares you for an even greater opportunity. Think about the strongest people you've ever met. Their strength wasn't created by easy days. It was created by heartbreak, failure, disappointment, sacrifice, long nights, early mornings, moments when giving up seemed easier than continuing. But they continued. And because they continued, they grew. Growth always hides inside discomfort. If your life feels uncomfortable right now, don't panic. You may be growing. When your muscles grow stronger, they first experience resistance. When your character grows stronger, it also experiences resistance. Don't run from it. Use it. Every difficult morning is training your discipline. Every setback is sharpening your patience. Every obstacle is strengthening your resilience. You are becoming someone your past self could only imagine. Stop comparing yourself to other people. Comparison steals energy. Comparison steals joy. Comparison steals focus. The only person you should compete with is the person you were yesterday. Ask yourself every morning, can I become 1% better today? Can I think more positively? Can I work a little harder? Can I show more kindness? Can I become more disciplined? If the answer is yes, then you are already winning. Success is not about beating everyone else. It is about refusing to stop improving yourself. There will always be someone richer, someone faster, someone smarter, someone more experienced. That doesn't matter. Your journey is unique. Your purpose is unique. Your timing is unique. Never rush your story because someone else appears to be moving faster. A tree does not compete with the mountain beside it. It simply continues growing toward the sun. Do the same. Grow every day. Not for applause, not for recognition, but because growth is who you are becoming. There will be mornings when your alarm feels heavier than usual. There will be mornings when your body feels tired, your mind feels overwhelmed, your dreams feel distant. Those mornings matter the most. Anyone can stay committed when life is easy. Champions stay committed when life is hard. Discipline isn't proven on your best days. It is proven on your worst ones. When nobody believes in you, believe anyway. When nobody encourages you, encourage yourself. When nobody notices your effort, keep working. Your breakthrough is often hidden behind one more day of persistence. Many people quit one step before success. Don't become one of them. Sometimes life tests your commitment before rewarding your effort. The question isn't whether life will challenge you. The question is whether your purpose is bigger than your excuses. Make your dreams impossible to ignore. Write them down. Read them every morning. Visualize them. Speak them into existence through consistent action. Dreams remain dreams until they become daily habits. Your future is being built right now, not someday. Right now. Every choice matters. Every habit matters. Every morning matters. Small decisions, repeated consistently, create extraordinary lives. Drink water instead of another sugary drink. Read 10 pages instead of scrolling for 30 minutes. Take a walk instead of making another excuse. Save a little money instead of spending everything. One decision seems small. Thousands of those decisions create a completely different future. Never say it's only one day. One day becomes 1 week. 1 week becomes 1 month. 1 month becomes 1 year. Protect your days because your days become your life. Remember why you started. You didn't start this journey because it would be easy. You started because you wanted something greater. Freedom, purpose, growth, peace. A better future for yourself and the people you love. Don't let temporary emotions destroy permanent goals. Feelings change every hour. Purpose remains. There is incredible power in keeping your promises to yourself. Every completed workout says, I don't quit. Every finished chapter says, I keep learning. Every early morning says, my future matters. Every discipline's decision says, I'm becoming unstoppable. The world cannot stop someone who refuses to stop themselves. Your greatest competition is not another person. It is the version of yourself that chooses comfort over growth. Defeat that version every morning. The greatest victories happen long before anyone notices. They happen when you choose discipline over distraction, focus over excuses, patience over frustration, consistency over perfection. Remember, perfection is not the goal. Progress is. Some mornings you'll perform at 100%. Other mornings you'll only have 50%. Give your 50% completely. That is still winning. Success isn't about being perfect every day. Success is refusing to give up on imperfect days. The strongest people are not those who never fall. They are the ones who rise every single time. If you failed yesterday, stand up. If you lost confidence, build it again. If someone doubted you, let your actions answer them. Your past mistakes are lessons, not life sentences. Do not carry yesterday's failures into today's opportunities. Every sunrise is permission to begin again. Every new morning whispers the same message. You still have time. You still have purpose. You still have another chance. Believe it. Because the moment you stop believing in your future, you stop building it. Keep building. Brick by brick. Habit by habit. Morning by morning. One day you'll look back and realize that your success wasn't created in one extraordinary moment. It was created through thousands of ordinary mornings when you chose discipline over comfort, action over fear, and faith over doubt. So when tomorrow morning arrives and that alarm begins to ring, don't think of it as an interruption. Think of it as an invitation to become stronger, an invitation to become wiser, an invitation to become the person you've always dreamed of becoming. Get out of bed with purpose, walk with confidence, work with intensity, learn with humility, lead with integrity. Finish the day knowing you gave everything you had, then wake up and do it again. Because extraordinary lives are built by ordinary people who make extraordinary decisions every single morning. And that person starts with you. There comes a moment in every person's life when excuses become heavier than effort. At first, excuses feel comfortable. They protect you from failure. They give you a reason to stay exactly where you are. They whisper, not today. You can start tomorrow. They tell you that you need more time, more money, more confidence, or the perfect opportunity. But every excuse has a hidden cost. The cost is your potential. The cost is your dreams. The cost is the life you could have lived if you had simply taken one more step. Today, make a decision. Stop negotiating with your excuses. They have stolen enough of your time. They have taken enough of your energy. They have convinced you to doubt yourself for long enough. From this moment forward, let your actions speak louder than your reasons. Because your future doesn't care about your excuses. It responds only to your effort. Every morning you wake up, you stand at a crossroads. One path leads to comfort, the other leads to growth. Comfort feels easy today but creates regret tomorrow. Growth feels difficult today but creates freedom tomorrow. Choose wisely. The pain of discipline lasts for a moment. The pain of regret can last a lifetime. Imagine yourself 5 years from now. Will you be proud of the choices you're making today? Will you thank yourself for waking up early, for reading instead of scrolling, for exercising instead of making excuses, for investing in your future instead of settling for the present? That future version of you is depending on today's decisions. Don't disappoint the person you're becoming. The truth is, no one is coming to rescue you. No one is going to wake up every morning and chase your dreams for you. No one is going to do your workouts. No one is going to build your business. No one is going to develop your skills. No one can live your purpose except you. And that's not bad news, that's freedom. Because if no one else controls your future, then no one else can limit it either. The power has always been in your hands. Stop giving it away. Stop blaming your past. Stop blaming your circumstances. Stop blaming people who doubted you. Your story may explain where you started. It does not have to determine where you finish. Some of the greatest success stories began with struggle. People who had nothing. People who failed repeatedly. People who were rejected. People who were told they weren't good enough. They became extraordinary because they refused to let their circumstances define them. Your past is a chapter. It is not the entire book. Write the next chapter with courage. Write it with discipline. Write it with relentless belief. You don't need to be fearless. Courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is moving forward despite fear. Fear says, what if you fail? Faith says, what if you succeed? Fear focuses on loss. Faith focuses on possibility. Every successful person has felt fear. The difference is they refuse to let fear become the author of their life. Fear should be your signal, not your stop sign. If something scares you because it matters deeply to you, it may be exactly where you need to grow. Walk toward it, not away from it. Growth begins where comfort ends. There will always be critics. Some people will laugh at your dreams. Some will doubt your vision. Some will tell you to be realistic. Remember this. People who have never built your dream should never be allowed to destroy it. Respect everyone. Listen carefully, but never surrender your purpose because someone else lacks belief. Sometimes the loudest applause you'll ever receive comes after years of complete silence. Keep working, keep learning, keep improving. Eventually, results become impossible to ignore. Do not seek validation. Seek progress. Validation is temporary. Progress is permanent. When your focus shifts from impressing people to improving yourself, everything changes. You stop competing. You start growing. You stop complaining. You start creating. You stop making excuses. You start making history. Your habits are writing your future every single day. Every choice is a vote for the person you are becoming. Every workout says, I choose strength. Every book says, I choose wisdom. Every hour of focused work says, I choose excellence. Every act of discipline says, I choose my future. Choose wisely. Because your life reflects your repeated choices, not your occasional intentions. There will be days when you feel like quitting, days when nothing seems to work, days when progress feels invisible. Those days are tests. Life is asking one question: how badly do you want it? Anyone can continue when success is immediate. Champions continue when success is invisible. A seed spends weeks growing beneath the ground before anyone sees a single leaf. Does that mean nothing is happening? No. The most important growth is invisible. The same is true for you. Just because people can't see your progress doesn't mean you're not becoming stronger. Keep watering your dreams. Roots grow before fruit appears. Never underestimate the value of quiet consistency. You don't need to announce every goal. You don't need to post every achievement. You don't need everyone to understand your journey. Build in silence. Let your results make the introduction. There is something powerful about becoming so focused that distractions lose their influence. Protect your mornings. Protect your mind. Protect your peace. Not everything deserves your attention. Not every opinion deserves your energy. Not every argument deserves your response. Learn the strength of saying no. Every time you say yes to distractions, you're saying no to your purpose. Guard your focus like it's your greatest treasure, because it is. Imagine how much your life could change if you stayed consistent for 1 year. Not perfect, consistent. Imagine waking up every morning with intention. Imagine reading every day, training every day, learning every day, saving every day, improving every day. 1 year from now, your entire life could be different. Most people overestimate what they can accomplish in 1 week. They underestimate what they can accomplish in 1 year. Stay patient. Greatness takes time. Diamonds are formed under pressure. Trees take years to grow. Masterpieces are not painted in a single day. Why should your dream be any different? Respect the process. Trust the process. Become addicted to the process. Because when you fall in love with the work, success becomes a natural result. Don't chase success. Chase excellence. Success follows excellence. There is no shortcut to becoming the best version of yourself. No secret formula. No magic solution. Only daily decisions repeated with relentless consistency. Wake up. Show up. Work hard. Learn. Rest. Repeat. Simple doesn't mean easy, but simple works. 1 disciplined day may not change your life. 1,000 disciplined days absolutely will. Remember who you're doing this for. Maybe it's your family. Maybe it's your children. Maybe it's your parents. Maybe it's the younger version of yourself who dreamed of a better future. Maybe it's simply because you know you're capable of more. Whatever your reason is, hold onto it tightly. Purpose creates endurance. When your reason is powerful enough, your excuses become powerless. You are stronger than you realize, more capable than you believe, more resilient than you've ever imagined. Stop talking yourself out of greatness. Stop convincing yourself that you're average. You were not created to spend your life wondering, what if? You were created to discover, look what happens when I refuse to quit. The next chapter of your life doesn't begin with luck. It begins with 1 decision. 1 alarm clock answered instead of ignored. 1 workout completed. 1 chapter read. 1 difficult conversation faced. 1 brave step forward. Then another. Then another. Until one day people call you successful. They'll think it happened overnight. But you'll know the truth. It happened because you kept choosing growth when comfort called your name. It happened because you believed when doubt was louder. It happened because you stayed committed when quitting seemed easier. So tomorrow morning, when the world is still asleep and the sun begins to rise, remember this: you are not just waking up, you are preparing to become someone stronger than yesterday. Someone wiser than yesterday. Someone closer to the life you've been working toward. Stand tall. Take a deep breath. Look in the mirror and remind yourself, I will not let fear decide my future. I will not let excuses steal another day. I will not stop until I become the person I know I can be. Because every sunrise is another opportunity, another beginning. Another chance to build the life you've always imagined. And that life is built 1 powerful morning at a time. There is a version of you that already exists. A version that wakes up before the alarm. A version that doesn't make excuses. A version that keeps promises. A version that finishes what they start. A version that refuses to quit when life becomes difficult. That version of you is real. The only question is this: how long will you keep that person waiting? Every morning, you are given 2 choices. You can become a little more like the person you've always wanted to be. Or you can become a little more like the person you've always promised yourself you would never become. No one else makes that decision. Not your boss, not your family, not your friends, not your circumstances. You. Every single morning. Your habits are your vote for the future. Every disciplined action says, I believe my future is worth fighting for. Every excuse says, comfort matters more than my dreams. Which vote are you casting today? Remember this. Life doesn't become easier because you wish harder. It becomes better because you become stronger. Stop praying for smaller problems. Start becoming a bigger person. Because if your strength grows faster than your challenges, nothing can stop you. You are far more capable than you've ever allowed yourself to believe. The limits you see today are often the limits you've accepted, not the limits you actually have. Your mind will tell you to stop long before your body truly needs to. Your fear will tell you it's impossible long before you've reached your potential. Your comfort zone will tell you to stay exactly where you are. Don't listen. Your comfort zone has never introduced you to greatness. Everything meaningful in your life happened because you stepped beyond what felt comfortable. Think about it. You learned to walk by falling. You learned to speak by making mistakes. You learned every important lesson through struggle. Why should success be different? Growth has always demanded courage. The strongest people are not those who avoid difficult situations. They are the ones who enter difficult situations knowing they may fail, but choosing to move forward anyway. Failure is not your enemy. Fear of trying is. Too many people spend their lives protecting themselves from failure. In doing so, they also protect themselves from success. If you never risk losing, you'll never experience winning. If you never risk rejection, you'll never discover opportunity. If you never risk discomfort, you'll never discover your strength. Every champion has failed. Every leader has doubted themselves. Every successful person has experienced moments when quitting felt easier. The difference is simple. They didn't stop. Neither should you. There will be mornings when you don't feel motivated. Get up anyway. There will be mornings when your progress feels invisible. Keep working anyway. There will be mornings when people misunderstand your vision. Stay focused anyway. Discipline begins where motivation ends. Anyone can chase a goal when excitement is high. Character is revealed when excitement disappears. This is where winners separate themselves, not because they're more talented, not because they're luckier, but because they stay consistent after everyone else has stopped. Imagine a river. A river doesn't cut through rock because it's stronger than the rock. It cuts through rock because it never stops flowing. Persistence beats resistance. Again, every single day. Become like that river. Keep moving. Keep learning, keep improving. Your consistency will eventually break through obstacles that once seemed impossible. People often ask, how do I become successful? The better question is, who must I become? Because success is not something you chase, it's someone you become. Become disciplined, become honest, become dependable, become courageous, become patient, become resilient. Success follows people who build these qualities. It rarely follows those who only chase rewards. Don't focus only on the destination. Become worthy of arriving there. There is incredible power in keeping your word to yourself. Every promise you break weakens your confidence. Every promise you keep strengthens it. If you tell yourself you'll wake up at 5, wake up at 5. If you promise yourself you'll exercise, exercise. If you promise yourself you'll finish your work, finish it. You are training more than your body. You are training your identity. You are teaching yourself. I am someone who follows through. That belief changes everything. Because once you trust yourself, no obstacle seems impossible. Protect your mornings from distraction. The first thoughts you feed your mind become the direction of your day. Don't begin every morning by consuming everyone else's opinions. Begin by strengthening your own. Read something inspiring. Pray if that is part of your life. Meditate. Exercise. Write your goals. Visualize your future. Fill your mind with purpose before the world fills it with noise. Your attention is your greatest resource. Spend it wisely. The world is full of distractions, phones, notifications, entertainment, comparison, negativity. Each one quietly steals pieces of your potential. The most successful people are not always the smartest. They're often the most focused. Focus is a superpower. Develop it, protect it, master it. Remember this. Every minute you invest in becoming better pays interest for the rest of your life. Knowledge compounds, skills compound, discipline compounds, confidence compounds. One page becomes one book, one workout becomes one stronger body, one conversation becomes one valuable relationship, one morning becomes one transformed life. Never underestimate small actions repeated consistently. The biggest oak tree once fit inside someone's hand as a tiny acorn. Every giant achievement begins with something small. Your responsibility isn't to become extraordinary overnight. Your responsibility is simply to improve today, then improve tomorrow, then repeat. The future belongs to those who respect ordinary days. Extraordinary lives are built through ordinary mornings. Don't wait until everything feels perfect. Perfection is a myth. Progress is real. Action is real. Consistency is real. Take imperfect action today instead of waiting for perfect conditions that may never arrive. The world doesn't reward perfect people. It rewards persistent people. There will be critics. Some people will question your ambition. Some will mock your discipline. Some will tell you that you're working too hard. Smile. Thank them silently. Then keep going. People often criticize what they secretly wish they had the courage to pursue. Never lower your standards to make others comfortable. Raise your actions until your results become undeniable. One day they'll ask how you did it. They'll see the success. They'll admire the confidence. They'll notice the achievements. What they won't see are the countless mornings when nobody was watching. The early alarms, the lonely workouts, the late night studying, the sacrifices, the moments you wanted to quit but chose to continue. That is the price of greatness, and it is always worth paying. Your future family deserves your discipline. Your future self deserves your effort. Your dreams deserve your commitment. Stop waiting for life to become easier. Become stronger. Every challenge is preparing you. Every setback is teaching you. Every difficult morning is shaping your character. You are not behind. You are in training. Training for responsibilities you don't yet see. Training for opportunities you haven't yet received. Training for a life bigger than your current imagination. Trust the process. Some days you will move quickly. Some days you'll only move one step. Keep moving. Momentum matters more than speed. Never confuse slow progress with failure. The person who keeps walking eventually reaches places the person who quits will never see. When doubt enters your mind, and it will, answer it with action. Don't argue with fear. Outwork it. Don't debate your excuses. Outwork them. Don't wait for confidence. Build it through repetition. Every morning, ask yourself one question. What can I do today that my future self will thank me for? Then do it. No hesitation, no excuses, no negotiation. Because every powerful morning becomes another brick in the foundation of an extraordinary life. One day, you will wake up in the life you once imagined. The goals you wrote down will become memories. The struggles that once felt impossible will become stories you tell with gratitude. The person who once doubted themselves will smile in the mirror, knowing they refused to give up. And when people ask what changed, you'll know the answer. Nothing magical happened. You simply kept showing up. Morning after morning, choice after choice, day after day, until discipline became your identity, until excellence became your habit, until success became your lifestyle. So tomorrow morning, before the sun fully rises, remember this truth. You are stronger than your excuses. You are bigger than your fears. You are capable of more than you've proven. Now go prove it, not to the world, to yourself. Because the greatest victory is never defeating someone else. The greatest victory is becoming the person you were created to be. Stand up, take control, own your morning, and the rest of your life will begin to follow. There is a fire inside you. Maybe it has burned brightly before. Maybe life has covered it with disappointment, failure, rejection, fear, or doubt. But hear this clearly. That fire has never gone out. It has only been waiting for you to feed it again. Every dream you've ever had, every goal you've written down, every promise you've made to yourself, every vision of the life you know you're capable of, it is still alive. The question is not whether you have potential. The question is whether you are willing to wake up every morning and earn the life you dream about. Potential means nothing without action. Talent means nothing without discipline. Dreams mean nothing without commitment. The world is full of gifted people who never became great because they waited for the perfect moment. The perfect moment never came. Don't let that become your story. Today is enough. This morning is enough. Right now is enough. The greatest transformation in your life begins with one decision. I refuse to live below my potential anymore. Say it to yourself. Believe it. Live it. No more waiting. No more excuses. No more wishing. From this day forward, you become a builder. Builders don't complain about the weather. They build anyway. Builders don't stop because progress is slow. They lay another brick. Builders understand that every masterpiece begins with a single stone. Become that kind of person. Every morning, lay another brick, another workout, another chapter, another hour of focused work, another healthy decision, another promise kept. Brick by brick, your future is rising. People often think discipline is punishment. It isn't. Discipline is freedom. Without discipline, your emotions control your life. With discipline, your purpose controls your life. Without discipline, you chase comfort. With discipline, you chase growth. Without discipline, you react to life. With discipline, you create it. Freedom is not doing whatever you feel like doing. True freedom is having control over yourself. Imagine waking up every day, knowing that your habits are moving you closer to your goals. Imagine trusting yourself completely. Imagine looking in the mirror with pride because you know you kept your word. That confidence cannot be bought. It cannot be borrowed. It must be earned. One disciplined morning at a time. You don't become confident by talking about confidence. You become confident by doing difficult things repeatedly. Every challenge you overcome tells your mind, I survived that. I can handle more. I am stronger than I thought. That's how confidence grows. Not through comfort, through courage. There will be mornings when your bed feels warmer than your dreams. Get up anyway. There will be mornings when your excuses sound reasonable. Ignore them anyway. There will be mornings when no one is cheering for you. Cheer for yourself anyway. Self-leadership begins when external motivation disappears. Become your own source of encouragement. Become the person who says, I don't quit. I don't give up. I don't stop because it's difficult. Those words will change your identity. Remember this, the strongest muscle you can build isn't in your arms, It isn't in your legs. It isn't in your back. It's your mind. A trained mind can overcome an untrained body. A disciplined mind can achieve what an undisciplined mind only dreams about. Train your thinking every single morning. When negativity enters your mind, replace it with purpose. When doubt enters, replace it with action. When fear appears, walk forward anyway. Your mind believes what you repeatedly tell it. Speak strength into your life. Speak possibility. Speak courage. Speak faith. The words you repeat become the life you create. Guard your thoughts carefully. Every great achievement begins as an idea. Protect that idea. Feed it with action. Water it with consistency. Give it sunlight through learning. One day, it will become something bigger than you imagined. Never underestimate silent progress. Not every victory needs an audience. Not every accomplishment needs applause. Some of your greatest moments will happen completely alone, when no one is watching, when no one knows how hard you're working. Those are the moments that matter most. Character is built in private. Success is displayed in public. Most people only see the public reward. Very few understand the private sacrifice. Be willing to pay that price, because it is worth it. Think about your future. Imagine the day when your family looks at you with pride. Imagine achieving goals you once thought were impossible. Imagine living without constant financial stress. Imagine waking up excited instead of discouraged. That future isn't created by wishing. It's created by what you choose to do today. Every morning is an investment. You're either investing in your future or investing in your excuses. Choose carefully. Time never stops moving. The calendar keeps turning. The clock keeps ticking. Whether you work or not, whether you grow or not, whether you chase your dreams or not, time keeps moving, so make time your partner instead of your enemy. Use it wisely. One focused hour every morning can change the direction of your entire life. Protect that hour. Treat it like the most valuable appointment you'll ever have, because it is. The appointment with your future. There will always be distractions, new trends, breaking news, social media, other people's opinions. None of them will build your dream. Your focus will. Learn to say no. Every time you say no to distraction, you say yes to your destiny. Your dreams deserve your full attention. Don't give them leftovers. Give them your best energy, your best effort, your best focus. Every sunrise is another opportunity to become uncommon. Most people choose comfort, choose discipline. Most people choose excuses, choose responsibility. Most people choose average, choose excellence. You don't have to be like everyone else. You were never meant to be. You were born with gifts, with purpose, with the ability to create something meaningful. Don't bury those gifts beneath fear. Don't hide your potential because you're afraid of failure. Failure teaches. Quitting teaches nothing. If you fall, learn. If you lose, adapt. If you struggle, grow. But never stop moving forward. Life rewards persistence. The mountain doesn't move because you complain. It moves because you keep climbing, step after step, breath after breath, morning after morning. There will come a day when you finally reach the top. You'll look back at the road behind you. You'll remember the mornings you wanted to quit, the days when nobody believed in you, the nights when you questioned yourself, and you'll smile because you kept going. That smile will be worth every sacrifice. Never forget this truth. Success is not reserved for the lucky. It's earned by the consistent. It's earned by ordinary people who make extraordinary decisions repeatedly. You don't need extraordinary talent. You need extraordinary commitment. You don't need perfect conditions. You need relentless consistency. The greatest competitor you'll ever face is not another person. It's the version of yourself that wants to stay comfortable. Defeat that version every single morning. Wake up before your excuses. Move before your doubts. Act before your fears. Because action silences fear. Progress destroys doubt. Consistency defeats excuses. This is your time, not next year, not next month, today. Stand up with purpose, walk with confidence, work with discipline, live with integrity. Become someone your younger self would admire. Become someone your future self will thank. The world doesn't need another person making excuses. The world needs someone willing to lead by example. Be that person. Wake up with fire, work with passion, finish with pride, then repeat. Again tomorrow, again next week, again next month, again next year. Because greatness is never built in one incredible day. It is built in thousands of ordinary mornings where you refuse to settle for less than your best. One morning, one habit, one choice, one victory at a time. So when the alarm rings tomorrow, don't think of it as a sound interrupting your sleep. Hear it for what it truly is. A challenge, a calling, a reminder. Your purpose is awake, your dreams are waiting, your future is watching. Now rise. Rise with courage, rise with discipline, rise with belief. Rise knowing that every step you take today is creating a life that once existed only in your imagination. And never forget, the fire within you is stronger than every obstacle in front of you. Feed that fire every morning, protect it, grow it, live it, until your life becomes proof that discipline, faith, and relentless effort can turn impossible dreams into reality. There comes a moment when you must decide who is in control of your life. Is it your excuses or is it you? Because both cannot lead at the same time. Every morning, your life responds to one of two forces: discipline or distraction, action or avoidance, growth or comfort. There is no middle ground, and the truth is simple. Your life is already reflecting the decisions you've been repeating. Not your dreams, not your intentions, your actions. So if you want a different life, you cannot keep repeating the same patterns. Excuses are not harmless thoughts. They are silent decisions to stay the same. They sound like, "I'll start tomorrow. I'm too tired today. I don't have enough time. I'm not ready yet." But behind every excuse is one truth, a decision to delay your future. And every delay compounds. One skipped morning becomes a habit. One habit becomes a lifestyle. And one lifestyle becomes a life you never wanted. Stop giving your future away in small pieces. Take it back, right now. This morning is not ordinary. This morning is a test of discipline, a test of identity, a test of whether you will choose comfort again or finally choose yourself. Because every time you choose comfort over growth, you are teaching your mind one dangerous lesson. My dreams can wait, but your dreams were never meant to wait. They were meant to be built, day by day, morning by morning, decision by decision. No one wakes up successful by accident. They wake up early by choice. They move before motivation arrives. They act before confidence shows up. They understand something most people never learn. Action creates energy, not the other way around. You don't need to feel ready. You need to move. Even slow movement beats perfect planning. Even imperfect effort beats perfect intentions, because life rewards motion, not hesitation. Look at the people you admire, the disciplined ones, the successful ones, the focused ones. They are not superhuman. They are not lucky. They are not different from you. They simply made a decision you haven't made yet. They stopped negotiating with themselves. You say, "I'll do it later." They say, "I'll do it now." You say, "I'll start when I feel motivated." They say, "I start because I committed." That difference creates entirely different lives. Excuses make you soft. Discipline makes you dangerous. In the best way. Dangerous to your limits, dangerous to your old habits, dangerous to every version of you that settles for less. You are not supposed to live small. You are not supposed to think small. You are not supposed to dream small. But you must stop acting small. Because potential without execution is just frustration waiting to happen. There is a version of you that already broke through, a version of you that is focused, strong, disciplined, unshakable, consistent. That version is not a fantasy, it is a direction. And every morning you either move toward it or away from it. There is no standing still. Even doing nothing is a choice. Even waiting is a decision. And waiting has already cost you enough. So stop waiting for motivation. It will not save you. Start creating momentum, because momentum is what turns ordinary people into unstoppable forces. Think about a wheel. At first, it is heavy, hard to move, but once it starts turning, it becomes powerful. Your life works the same way. The hardest part is starting, not continuing, not improving. Starting. So stop overthinking your beginning. Stop analyzing your readiness. Stop waiting for a perfect morning. The perfect morning does not exist. There is only this morning, and what you do with it. Most people lose their future in the first hour of their day. They wake up and immediately surrender their mind to distraction. Social media, noise, negativity, other people's lives, and before they even begin their own day, their focus is already gone. Don't start your morning in reaction. Start it in intention. Protect your first hour like it decides your entire future, because in many ways, it does. Because whoever controls your morning controls your momentum, and whoever controls your momentum controls your life. You do not need more time. You need better focus. You need fewer distractions. You need stronger discipline. And you need the courage to say, no more excuses. There will always be reasons to delay your growth. Tiredness, fear, uncertainty, pressure. But greatness never comes from the easy path. It comes from the path you refuse to quit. Every successful person has stood where you are right now. Tired, uncertain, doubtful. But they moved anyway. And that movement changed everything. You are one decision away from a completely different direction. One morning away from building a new identity. One habit away from a new life. But only if you act. Not later. Not tomorrow, now. Because time doesn't wait for clarity. It only rewards action. You don't need to see the whole staircase. You just need to take the next step, and then the next, and then the next. And suddenly, you realize you've moved farther than you thought possible. That is how real transformation happens. Not in dramatic moments, but in repeated decisions. The decision to get up. The decision to try again. The decision to stay consistent. Even when no one is watching. Especially when no one is watching. Because that is where your real identity is formed. Not in public, in private. When there is no applause, no validation, no recognition, just you and your discipline. If you can win those moments, you can win anything. So ask yourself honestly, what is one excuse you keep repeating? And what would happen if you stopped believing it? Because most limits are not physical. They are mental agreements you have accepted as truth. Break those agreements. Challenge them. Replace them with action. Every time you feel like quitting, remind yourself, I am building something that requires more of me. Because your dreams are not small. They require a stronger version of you. Not tomorrow, today, so rise up. Stop negotiating. Stop delaying. Stop explaining your potential instead of living it. This is your morning. This is your chance. This is your moment, and it will not wait forever. The world doesn't reward the person who almost tried. It rewards the one who actually did. So be the one who does. And let this be the morning where everything changes. Not because the world changed, but because you did. Your emotions are powerful, but they are not reliable. Some mornings you wake up energized. Some mornings you wake up exhausted. Some days you feel unstoppable. Some days you feel like giving up before you even begin. If you let your emotions decide your actions, your life will become unpredictable, inconsistent, and unstable. But if you let discipline lead instead of emotion, everything changes. Because discipline is not affected by mood. Discipline does not ask how you feel. Discipline asks what must be done. This is the difference between people who stay stuck and people who rise. Most people live emotionally. They act based on how they feel in the moment. I don't feel like working. I don't feel like studying. I don't feel like exercising. I don't feel like trying today. And every time they obey that feeling, they weaken their future, because emotions always choose comfort, never growth, never sacrifice, never long-term success. That is why your emotions cannot be your leader. They must be your signals, not your decisions. You can feel tired and still move forward. You can feel unmotivated and still take action. You can feel uncertain and still show up. Because success is not built on perfect feelings. It is built on imperfect action. Every champion you admire has learned this truth. They do not wait for the right mood. They create the right behavior, even when they don't feel like it. Especially when they don't feel like it. This is where real control begins. Not controlling the world, not controlling others, but controlling yourself. Your mind will always try to negotiate with you in the morning. It will say, just 5 more minutes. You can start later. You deserve rest. And rest is important, but excuses disguised as rest will destroy your potential. There is a difference between recovery and avoidance. Learn that difference, because your future depends on it. The strongest people are not those who never feel resistance. They are the ones who act despite resistance. Every time you override your emotions and choose discipline, you send a message to your brain. I am in control. And that message builds identity. Do it once, and it is a choice. Do it repeatedly, and it becomes who you are. That is how identity is formed. Not in big moments, in small, repeated decisions. The decision to wake up, the decision to start, the decision to continue. Even when it feels uncomfortable, especially when it feels uncomfortable. Because discomfort is not a sign to stop. It is a sign that you are growing. Think about physical training. When you lift weights, your muscles resist. They burn, they shake, they feel uncomfortable. But that discomfort is exactly what builds strength. If you stop every time it gets hard, you stay weak. Your mind works the same way. Mental strength is built through resistance. Every time you do what you said you would do, especially when you don't feel like it. You become stronger mentally, and mental strength is what separates those who dream from those who achieve. There will always be a voice in your head trying to pull you back into comfort. But it is not your leader either. It is a habit voice. It repeats what it has learned. If you trained it with excuses, it will speak excuses. If you train it with discipline, it will speak discipline. So retrain your mind. Every morning, replace. I can't, with. I will try, replace. It's too hard, with. I will figure it out, replace. I'm not ready, with. I will learn as I go, because your mind listens to what you repeatedly say. And over time, your words become your identity. You are not stuck with the mindset you have today. You are building it every single morning. So build it carefully. There is a powerful truth most people avoid. You don't rise to your goals, you fall to your habits. That is why discipline matters more than motivation. Motivation gives you temporary energy. Habits give you permanent direction, and direction matters more than speed. A fast car going in the wrong direction still gets lost, but a slow walker heading in the right direction eventually arrives. So stop chasing intense motivation spikes. Start building consistent habits. Wake up at the same time. Do the same focused routines. Train your mind daily. Feed it discipline daily. Strengthen it daily. Because repetition is what creates mastery. And mastery creates freedom. There is freedom in being disciplined. Freedom from stress. Freedom from regret. Freedom from chaos. Freedom from constantly starting over. When your habits are strong, your life becomes stable. When your discipline is strong, your confidence becomes unshakable because you know, no matter what happens, you will show up. That is power. Real power is not loud. It is consistent. It is quiet. It is steady. It is built in early mornings when nobody is watching and broken in late nights when nobody is clapping. You don't need to feel strong to be strong. You need to act strong until it becomes natural. There will be mornings when everything inside you says, skip today. That is the moment that defines you. Not the easy mornings. Not the motivated mornings, the difficult ones. Because anyone can perform when life feels good, but only the disciplined can perform when life feels heavy. So when that moment comes, and it will come, remember this. You are not your emotions. You are the one who chooses despite them. You are not your thoughts. You are the one who directs them. You are not your excuses. You are the one who rejects them. And every time you choose discipline over emotion, you build a stronger version of yourself. A version that doesn't quit easily. A version that doesn't collapse under pressure. A version that keeps going when others stop. That version is not far away. It is built one morning at a time. So tomorrow morning, when emotion says, stay in bed, let discipline say, get up anyway. When emotion says, skip the work, let discipline say, do it anyway. When emotion says, you can't, let discipline say, I already started. Because the life you want is not waiting for perfect feelings. It is waiting for consistent action. And once you master your emotions, you no longer follow life, you lead it.